So hi everyone, my name is Yaneli and today I'm going to bring you along on a little bit of a mishmash of a day / week. As you guys saw in my previous video, my brother and I shared that we had booked our flights to go to New York City for the first time, and in this video specifically, I wanted to share how I organized and am still currently organizing our trip and what we want to see. We obviously want to see all the landmarks and stuff like that, but I personally like to eat my way through a city, and so I'm super excited to go to all of the bakeries, cafes, and restaurants that New York has to offer. I know that they're really popular for their pizza, for their bagels, for their bakeries. I'm most excited about Levain Bakery. It has multiple locations in Manhattan, so we'll see. I think there's one like pretty close to Central Park that we'll probably end up going to based on the location of the places that we want to go so far. I do like to just kind of map everything out, as I'll show you like on a little inset video here, because I'm a really visual person and I would rather have a general idea of like where things are, so that if we happen to be walking by and we can just incorporate it into something that we're already doing, like if there's a bagel shop or a restaurant on our way to Central Park, or if there's a restaurant in Little Italy that we're gonna see if we're walking through that neighborhood, then I can just kind of kill two birds with one stone. And the reason I brought up Levain is because I did the copycat cookie recipe that they are like super famous for. It's a chocolate chip cookie recipe that has walnuts in it. If you don't eat nuts, or you're allergic, or you don't like walnuts, you can switch out the walnuts for pecans or almonds or whatever you like. And if you can't have nuts, then double your chocolate chip, because the walnuts are definitely what I notice give the cookie a lot of volume, and they are really thick, like super thick cookies. They're so delicious if you do them right. And so yeah, I decided that I would do a little cooking tutorial for you guys, or baking tutorial, because I haven't done one in a really long time, and I hope to kind of get back into the swing of things. Graduate school has definitely taken over my life. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of time and effort, so thank you for being so patient with me, but I do hope that I can kind of integrate little recipes like these every now and then. These cookies are super quick to make. They only take like 15 minutes to make, 9 minutes to bake, and you don't even have to refrigerate them, although I do recommend it because it helps the cookie keep its shape better. But if you don't bake it, it's like a total of 30 minutes to make everything if you have all of the supplies. And when you open them, like when you kind of, I don't know why I did that face, but I'm so passionate about these cookies because the moment that you break the cookies apart, they're like ooey and gooey, and the chocolate chips stay super soft. You don't miss the vanilla, they're totally right. And Levain doesn't actually share their specific recipe, but I found this Pinterester. I'll insert her account, or at least her recipe right here, so that you have her handle as well. But she watched and rewatched an episode of where the Levain owners made the recipe. So she just eyeballed everything and took one for the team and just like watched and rewatched and rewatched, and then obviously tested the recipe that she kind of eyeballed until it was good. And I must say that it's really good. So I'm super excited to have the actual thing. I think it's different because I feel like most people have gone to Levain and then tried to make the cookies. Hello, Beans. Would you like to say hello? Beans and Mia are two big dogs that we have here at home. They've both learned to roll over. It has been like a dream goal. Like, I've always wanted to teach one of my dogs to roll over, and I taught both of them. So yeah, super proud of me and super proud of them. Beans won't be going with us to New York. She'll be staying here with our parents. But yeah, I just wanted to share this recipe. Enough of my rambling. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for watching. And let's get into New York City details as well as a really, really good chocolate chip cookie recipe. Okay, so for our cookie recipe, we're gonna start off with 1 cubed cup of butter, and we're gonna add a ½ cup of regular sugar and 1 whole cup of brown sugar that is not packed. So we're gonna whip these together, and then we're slowly gonna add 2 eggs, so 1 at a time, and we'll go from there. Now that our butter and sugars are nice and fluffy, we're gonna crack in 1 egg at a time. And after that, we'll add in 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, 3/4 teaspoons of salt, and 3/4 teaspoons of baking soda. Here is each of the 3 powders that I mentioned. So there's the salt, the baking soda, and the cornstarch. I'm just gonna mix those in. And then we will also have some cake flour, which is pre-sifted, and I think there's also a little bit of cornstarch added, and regular flour, and it will be 1½ cups of each to mix in along with our toppings, and then we'll be done. But what I do notice from this batter is that it's a lot more dense and less runny than a lot of other cookie doughs, which is cool. I might explain why they're so thick when they are out of the oven. Now I have some semi-sweet chocolate chips and walnuts that I'm about to put in. So these are just rough chopped. They're in halves and in quarters. I think I just got these at Sprouts. So I'm gonna hand mix these in because it just becomes a huge mess when you try to mix them in with a hand mixer. So I'm going to do that. If you have a stand mixer, I have a stand mixer, but I'm too lazy to take it out and wash it after. So I just did regular old hand mixer mixing. Paddle these in. And sorry, that was 2 cups of walnuts, and then it will be 2 cups or 1 whole pack of semi-sweet chocolate chips. This is dense ass dough. Holy cow. Okay. My wrist is not so competent for this dough. So, ta-da, there's our dough. And the recipe doesn't say to, but I was recommended to chill the dough before I bake it. So I'm gonna do that for a couple of hours because I'm gonna go do some work. And then when I'm back, we will form them and bake them. So we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, these are massive, but 1, 2,
Aquí está más chiquita, ¿no?
3, 4, this one?
Well, actually the biggest is that one. There's more even these two. This one are bigger.
This one is bigger?
Mm-hmm. Oh shoot.
Look at, you did an earthquake on my video. Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Walnut to this. This is ridiculous. I wonder if Levain uses...
It's gonna be big.
Yeah, well they're supposed to. I wonder if they use like ice cream scoopers? Now these look smaller. Great. So Grandma says to use the scooper. We'll do... I think the scooper's too small though. Maybe not. I guess not. Should fit. So I'm using scooper to just gauge the size of each one.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Zoom it in. I mean, there's not much. Whatever. 4 cookies. I rolled up some cookies. The rule is that you are supposed to, according to Levain standards, you're supposed to roll the cookie big enough to where only 4 cookies would fit on the sheet, which is huge. And so I actually have 2 baking sheets from Costco and then these 2 baking pads or mats from Amazon, I think. And I did 4 here and 4 on the other, and then I rolled the rest in my bowl, and it made 4, 8, 12, 13, it made 14 cookies. And if you make them smaller, it would make double, obviously, so it would make 28. But the point of Levain cookies is that they're really big and they're really gooey on the inside. My oven is set to 410 degrees, and you're gonna bake it for, I think I have it on here. Yeah, so it's preheat the oven to 410 degrees, and then we're gonna bake for 9 to 12 minutes or until it's golden brown on top. And so they're baking really, really high so that when we take them out, we're gonna let them sit and they're gonna finish cooking with the heat that they're already holding. That way they stay moist and they don't get crunchy or crispy or dry. And that also gives the effect of like the oozy chocolate and dough that Levain cookies are known for. I'm super excited to go to New York with my brother, and this is why I'm doing this recipe. So I want to try mine. I've never had Levain cookies, but I've only had raving reviews from coworkers and friends that I have. So I hope that mine are somewhat near, but I'm sure they won't be. I'm really excited to not make them as good as Levain because I'm sure they'll be heavenly. So yeah, 9 to 12 minutes at 410. I'm just waiting. Ooh, it's already at 410. So let's put them in. Oh, wow. It's just like falling apart. Oh my God. you so much for watching. I had so much fun making this recipe. I actually shared some with my coworkers and I got really good feedback from them. As I mentioned in the video, you want to bake the cookies really high on 410 for about 9 minutes, and they're gonna look oozy from the outside, but I promise if you let the cookies rest on a cookie sheet wrap or just a cookie sheet, like whatever you baked them on, just leave them there for about half an hour. I know it's really tempting to want to eat them hot and gooey, but sometimes they're not fully baked and they just need like 15 to 30 minutes to finish baking all the way through with the heat that they're already holding. And the reason we undercook them is because they will still hold heat when we turn off the oven and take them out. And you just want to make sure that it's fully cooked but not baked all the way through, otherwise they get really dry and they kind of just taste like another chewy chocolate chip cookie, which is fine because they are delicious, but you won't get the Levain experience of having like a really gooey cookie all the time if you don't wait. So be patient. I hope that you liked our hotel and some of the things that we're doing, and I should have one more New York prep video if time allows. So we've shared the flight, the hotel / things that we're doing, and then maybe I'll do like a packing day for New York. I am so excited. It's been, obviously for all of us here in quarantine, it's been so long. We feel, hello again beans, so lucky to be vaccinated and have everybody in our home be vaccinated. We have been for a couple months now, and I am just so excited. It's been so long since we've all traveled, right? So I hope that even if you haven't gotten a chance to travel, I hope that this kind of inspires you, 1, to travel if you haven't really considered it, 2, to try New York City if you haven't, because I am so excited. I cannot wait. So hopefully I'll have some good post New York City travel videos. Hopefully one on the food specifically, and then a second one on things to do / landmarks / everything. I want to be there already. This is my last week of my second term of classes, so I have, today's Thursday, I have until Sunday to submit all my final papers, and I already finished my biggest one, which was a 12-page research paper. I submitted that one last week, and now I just have 2 essays and a presentation, and I'm good to go, and I'm free for a little while. I think I'll be doing summer classes, but hopefully the later session. And did I say that right? Session. So yeah, I'm super excited to have some time to just pick up my cooking hobby again, baking hobby. Oh, side note, my mom and I made this dessert that she found on Pinterest, and it's Nilla wafers, homemade whipped cream, and sliced strawberries, and you just do 2 layers of it, and it is the fluffiest, cloudiest, not overbearingly sweet, so good, like so good. So I should have a video on that. I also have a TikTok now. I posted 2 videos on there. One's like a coffee / study day. The other one is a shortened version. Why am I getting so close? The other one is a shortened version of the Levain recipe that you just saw. So if you want a shorter form version of that recipe, it's on there. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you very much, and I am so excited. And I hope that you have a great year. I think things are looking up. I hope that things continue to get better, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!